Hi guys, my name's Kelsey and I want to do this new podcast here on Tunes FM where I just do all about makeup. I've got one where I do music. This one's going to be makeup and beauty because that's another thing that I'm very interested in. I'm interested in my music and then I'm interested in my makeup and beauty. So the first thing I'm going to do is the basic school teen makeup. Now I'm 13, so I have not a large makeup collection, but it's quite large for my age. And I'm going back to school on Thursday, and a lot of people must want to know what they want to wear for school when maybe they're not allowed to wear too much makeup. So I'm just going to basically tell you, I'm not allowed to wear that much makeup for school, so I've got quite a limited amount that I can wear, but I'm going to go through it for you. Some kind of things you can wear. I know it might be slightly annoying because you can't see the products, but I will put a link down below so that you can see all the products and see where to get them. Now the first thing you want is a base. You can use face primers, but I don't need to, and if you can't, because you can't really get many good drugstore face primers, so I just get a long lasting foundation. But some people might not need to get that, some people do. So the foundation that I use is the Miss Sporty So Matte Perfect Stay, and this is from the Miss Sporty brand, which is just a UK brand. You can get it in Superdrug and Boots. It's pretty cheap. It's more expensive than MUA. I think it's around the Natural Collection range, prices range. The foundation is £3.49. It's a very, very good foundation for the price. The colour range, I wouldn't say the colour range was fantastic, but I have really light, pale skin. So for me to get a foundation that's the right skin tone for me, it's quite hard. But I managed to get one in this Miss Sporty range, and this is the lightest shade. It's 001 Ivory. It keeps you matte. If you have dry skin, I would kind of not go towards this because it can cling to your dry patches. But if you have oily skin, then this is amazing. If you have normal skin, normal to oily, this is really good. Stays quite a long time. I wouldn't say it stayed 14 hours, but it would stay around your normal school time, which is mine is 6 hours, so it would stay that. So I really love that, and it's really cheap as well. And don't be afraid to get the cheaper makeup. It's not it's £3.49, so it's kind of cheap, but don't be afraid to get it a bit cheaper. It is still good, so that's that. The next thing is a concealer. Now, if you are into makeup as well, you watch a lot of beauty videos here on YouTube, well not here, but on YouTube, you will probably know what concealer I'm about to say. The Collection Lasting Perfection Ultimate Wear Concealer. One of the most amazing drugstore concealers out there. It's great, it covers up your blemishes, amazing. It's great for your under eye, kind of your lines that you might get under your eyes or the bags and something like that. I think it's around the £4 mark. It's usually £4.19, but when I went to get it in Superdrug, it was £3.69, so around the £4 mark. It lasts quite a long time. It's just a really good concealer. If you're looking for something just for your under eyes, maybe you have quite bad under eye bags or bad under eye lines or something, then I would go for the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer because that's really good for cancelling out the purpleness under your eyes or getting rid of your lines and stuff. This collection one, it does do that, but it can sometimes creep into your fine lines. But being a teenager, I wouldn't suggest that I wouldn't think that you would have age lines or anything like that. So this is a really good concealer, and mine is in Fair 1, which again is the best shade for me. And if you have light skin, then I would go for that one. It's the lightest shade they do. It is really light. Next for face, powder. You might not necessarily need to use a powder if you don't have oily skin. I don't. I have normal skin, but I just use a powder anyway to set my foundation. I use the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder. Mine is in 001 Transparent, again the lightest shade because I have light skin. The colour range, I think it's pretty good, but because this is quite sheer, you could probably get, if you have light skin like me, you could probably get away with using 3 or 4, the shade 3 or shade 4, because it is quite sheer. But I would recommend just getting your shade anyway. It says it lasts 5 hours. I would say it lasts around 5 hours. So you may need to touch up in the day, throughout the day, but it's quite compact. It's not that big. It doesn't have a mirror, which is slightly annoying, but you can always get a small mirror and just like tape it or glue it to the lid. It smells a bit like fake tan. I really like this powder. It's pretty cheap. It's around the £4, £5 mark. If you want to go for something slightly cheaper, the MUA one is okay. You can get MUA off Superdrug or on their on the MUA website, or the 17 Miracle Matte Stay Matte powder. I'm not sure the actual name is really good as well. That's £2 or £3, and that really is good for oily skin. You may want to use blusher or bronzer for school, but I don't, because my school are kind of strict on what makeup you can wear. But for blushes and bronzers, if you kind of got a low budget range, the MUA ones, the MUA like single £1 blusher things are quite good. The MUA bronzers that are £1 aren't the best, but the Mosaic bronzers are quite good as well. The Bourjois one, the Bourjois chocolate bronzer, that's really good. That's around £6. The MUA Mosaic bronzer. There's loads of good blushes and bronzers. The Rimmel blushes, like just the like £6 ones, they're really good as well. But yeah, moving on to eyes. For eyeshadow, we can wear at school. We can wear like light natural eyeshadow, but we can't like wear pink and stuff, obviously. So for eyeshadow, I have the MUA Makeup Academy. That's what MUA stands for. Eyeshadow palette in Heaven, the Heaven and Earth palette. This has 12 shades, and it's basically all rocky neutral kind of colours. There's a shimmery white in there. I'm like showing the computer thinking you can see it when you can't. And I will put a picture I'll just put like a Google Images on the MUA website in the link below so you can go check it out. It's got like a shimmery white colour, which is great for the inner corner. It's not as good for the brow bone because it's quite shimmery, but it's great for the inner corner and highlighting, like around your eye. It comes with like a creamy beige kind of colour, which I put all over the lid because it's quite natural. And then it comes with purple and browns and a few golds and stuff. It's a really good palette, and it's only £4, and the pigmentation is really, really good. I really recommend this, but if you don't want a palette, maybe you don't like 12 eyeshadows, the single eyeshadows from MUA, they're £1, are really, really pigmented. They're more pigmented than the palettes. So if you're looking for 1 or 2 eyeshadow colours, then the MUA pot ones are really good. But if you're looking for a lot more eyeshadows so that you can use it not for school and for school, and you've got like a wide range of looks you can do, then the palettes are really good. But they are often sold out because they are quite highly demanded and highly bought, because they're so good. For mascaras, if you want like a eyeshadow primer potion, to like a eyeshadow base to set your eyeshadow in case like you have oily eyelids or you don't want your eyeshadow to crease throughout the day, then I have the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. It's around £15 mark, £15. That is slightly expensive, but MUA do one. It's £2.50, but it is often out of stock. But there isn't many good drugstore ones. But what I find is using the Collection Lasting Protection Concealer is good. It's not brilliant, but it's good as a eyeshadow base as well. So that's like saving money there. Also, if you don't really want to wear eyeshadow, then the Maybelline 24-hour colour tattoo eyeshadow base things are really good. They're £5, so they're slightly more expensive than MUA eyeshadows or stuff like that, but they are really good for either a base or just as instead of an eyeshadow. Mascara. I have a lot of mascaras. I've only brought 3 with me to talk to you about. Waterproof mascaras are great for school. I have the Rimmel London 100% waterproof mascara. The wand is okay. It's kind of angled in, so it gets quite thick and then goes a bit thin, so you can get your inner lashes like in the corner without it all smudging and stuff. So that's really good. It lasts quite a while. It is very waterproof. It's quite hard to get off. Well, not that hard, but it's slightly hard to get off. But it's a good mascara. It doesn't do too much to your lashes. So if you are kind of experimenting with makeup and you don't want too much on your lashes, maybe you just don't like that much makeup, or you're not allowed that much makeup, then this is great. From Rimmel London, I think it's £5.10 or something like that. And when I picked mine up, it was just under £5, but they've made it slightly more expensive, but still worth the money. But I wouldn't pay any more than £6 for this, but definitely worth it. The other two ones I have aren't waterproof. These are the other two I've got to talk to you about. This one is from Revlon. It's slightly more expensive than the Rimmel one I told you about, and it's slightly expensive for a drugstore. What is this? Mascara. This is the Revlon Lash Potion by Grow Luscious. It's $10.99 or $9.99, so around £10. It does a lot to your lashes. It does clump if you do like 3 coats of it, but if you just do 1 or 2 coats, it makes your eyelashes just like really stand out. Well, not like fake lashes, but it like separates them and they just look so much better. I've got mine in 001 Blackest Black because I like black mascara. I never use brown mascara. This is actually not very waterproof. I know it doesn't say it's going to be waterproof, but it does flake if you like blink when it's still wet. It takes a while to dry, so if you're in a rush, I would go for a waterproof one, but if you have like a bit more time to do your makeup, then I would get this one. I really recommend this. I will be repurchasing that when it runs out. The other one I have, I'm not sure if you can still purchase now because it's quite an oldish mascara, not that old, but if you can, then I really recommend you go see how much it is and maybe pick it up. This is the 17 Wild Curls mascara by 17, which is the Boots' own brand. It's slightly more expensive. Well, it's not that expensive. It's around most of the products are around the £5 mark. This I think was $6.99 or $7.99, but I really can't remember. But it was pretty cheap, and I love it. It curls my lashes. I use this practically every single day if I'm not using my Revlon one. And this over the Revlon one just makes your lashes kind of look like fake lashes. It's amazing. I love it. If you want to go for a bit cheaper, then the MUA Mega Volume Mascara is very good. That's £3. Their £1 mascaras are okay. I use that on my bottom lashes because it doesn't do too much, but it just gives them a bit of length and it looks really nice. Eyelash curlers. Now, if you're getting a good mascara that, like the 17 Wild Curls or the Revlon, that are supposed to curl your lashes anyway, then you don't necessarily need eyelash curlers, but I have them anyway because my eyelashes are absolutely rubbish. They're really short, they're just straight, it's just horrible. And these eyelash curlers are from Superdrug. I picked them up yesterday because I needed them for when I go back to school on Thursday. And they're so good, like, honestly. They're $1.99, so really cheap. They're Superdrug on. You can get different brands, like Max Factor, which I think they're around £7 or £8. But these Superdrug ones are amazing. They're just like plain silver, and they come with 2 extra little soft rubber head things. So if one breaks, then you've got spare ones. They're amazing. They just curl your lashes. If you have rubbish lashes like me, then an eyelash curler, I would really recommend you get one. You could probably find eyelash curlers maybe a bit cheaper than $1.99 if you needed, but I really recommend an eyelash curler if your lashes are rubbish. And if you're not going to be wearing makeup, then eyelash curlers are very good as well because they can just curl your lashes and do a slight bit to your lashes instead of wearing mascara. Lip products. Moving on to lips now. I absolutely love putting lipstick or lip gloss on. It's my favourite part of a makeup look. And for school, I have 2 lipsticks and 1 lip gloss to show you. Well, to tell you about. The lipstick, the most expensive one that I've got to tell you about, is the Revlon Lip Butters. I have mine in 045 Cotton Candy. It's just a cool toned, natural-ish pink with a slight bit of shimmer. And they're called Lip Butters, so they're quite hydrating, moisturising. So they're good for like if you've got cracked lips, no, dry lips. But if you have cracked lips, they